Though it was won with much blood, sweat, and tears, the party has finally beaten the trials, and all of them have become members of the collective. Now they are being sent to prepare for what dangers inevitably lie ahead. I am the Ethernaut, and welcome to the Etherlog, the key to Vidra. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Etherlog, the key to Vidra. I'm Sam Cumberford. I'm the Ethernaut. Welcome back! Yay! Our gang just did some fighting and some mental gymnastics, and now they're part of the collective. Yay! Congrats everyone, you did it. You passed the test, even though you were significantly bloodied, but granted that was kind of the deal. But yeah, nice job. You handled that with flying colors, and you are now all members. So, as soon as we're actually gonna right into this. As soon as all 8 of you are done, including Team Rook, who you guys are, I guess, frenemies with. I'd say more friends than frenemies, but still, you guys are rivals technically. You guys are all waiting outside this little room, and Takala comes out finally with Jillig, who you would probably assume give a very logical and erudite answer to the question of what is suffering, and looks very pleased with himself. And you see Kala addresses all of you and says, "You are now all members of the collective. Congratulations. First things first, the winner of the better bunks is, she looks at the 4 of you. Do you have a team name picked out yet, or you just want to go by number we assign you? What are you feeling?"
Is the number 69? Because we could do that.
No, we have a team 69. They're very proud of it.
Are they good?
Can we challenge them for it?
Can we challenge them for it?
No, that would be a logistical nightmare. But yeah, I suppose you could challenge them in spirit. I
Just swap out the email addresses. It's fine.
What?
I don't. Someone smarter than me should come up with a name.
They up in management, they've been calling you the Tolstead 4 for the actions you performed at the town, but it sounds a little cliche to me personally.
We could be Team T4.
You know what? I'm just going to put you down as Team A13 for now, and if you come up with a name,
Team BD.
Team BD. Yes.
BD.
Oh my god, what does that stand for? And Mara's cackling as she instantly gets it. She's like, "Oh, that's a good one. I think you should stick with that." She's like, "All right, I will have you as Team BD for now. You get the better bunks." And the other team kind of like, "Nah, shit." And Mara's like, "I call up her bunk," and she sort of says, all 8 of you report to the same officer. His name is Tor Dergan. You will receive assignments from him, and you will in fact receive your room keys from him as well. So that would be the first order of business to go see him. She sort of gives you directions to his office.
Well, let's go see him.
Go.
All right. You walk all the way to this office. You see this big door. It says in nice little gold filigree, Tor Dergan, who is your officer. And somebody knocks on the door, and you hear, "Come in." And as you open said door, you see that there is not really room for 8 people in this room. It's just an office. But he's like, Oh, they really just sent 8 of you? Ah, shit. All right, some of you are gonna have to stand. I'm sorry. Just kind of, yeah. Come in. Just.
I'll climb up Drake's shoulder and sit on his shoulder.
All right. Great. You must all be the new recruits. Excellent. My name is Tordergan. I am your officer. Dispatch, missions, what have you. One very identifiable trait about Tordergan is his right hand, is literally an axe head. Like full on, no half, just an axe head, which he has resting on the table. And he says, So, welcome to Collective. I am excited to be your officer. This is going to be, I'm sure, a very fruitful relationship for all of us. And he starts reaching into his desk, and he gets a bunch of key cards out. Who won the rooms?
Team BD.
Oh, I get it. That's funny. And
Drake's a poet.
Oh, a poet. Warrior poet.
Hey,
I get the type.
I dabble.
Dabble. Oh, very nice. I'll have to read some of it sometime. And he sort of gives you the keys, and then he gives one key to the other team because they all share the same room, same bunks. He says, "All right, so here's the thing. There's the way this works is that you will essentially be on break whenever you are not on a mission. Granted, that will not be too often, but there will be times where you are here for a week. One time I got 2 months off. That was fantastic. I built, he points to a ship in a bottle. I built that. Very nice. I think a very nice use of my time.
I look at his axe hands. I'm like, that is impressive.
Really
Yeah. Doing it with just one arm is a bit of a feat, I will say. But
That is impressive.
when you are a member of the collective, you get one bright per day, regardless of whether or not you are on a mission. And for commission, whenever you are working, you will obviously get paid much more. But the one bright per day is to sustain you. You obviously get living arrangements and what have you, as well as access to the library, the arena, the gardens out back, the museum, and the armory, depending on some certain qualifiers. There are some things that we, obviously, the weapons that you four brought back, we are doing extensive testing on, which is why we don't typically allow those to be in the field. However, one thing I will say is that we need to set these two teams up with some transportation. Yeah, we'll get to that in a bit. And he's interrupted as into the room walks this very hurried-looking aide, and they say, "Excuse me, Officer Darrigan. Team BD, they're requested in the president's office." And Tor's eyes kind of widen, and he says, yeah, you guys go do that. And he kind of looks at Team Rook and says, "We'll get you set up with your key card right now." And he sort of leads you all out of his office as the aide leads you to the president's quarters. And they take you around a very winding path to this very kind of big room with very large windows. And as the door opens, you see a man sitting at a desk. This room is huge, by the way, but its accommodations are very Spartan. This man seems to not have much in terms of decorations. They're just very kind of bare chairs everywhere. Even though the room is very ornate itself, there's not a lot in here. And he looks up from writing something, and you see one of his eyes, he clearly is blind in one eye, as this wicked-looking scar crosses down it. And he looks up at you, and he has this kind of gray mustache and not flowing hair, but like a very kind of close-cropped military hairstyle. And he stands up to his full height and looks at you and kind of holds his hands behind his back and says, "All right." And he kind of gestures to the aide, and they leave. And he gestures to the 4 seats in front of him.
I'll take a seat.
He then sits down and says, "Welcome to the collective. It is very nice to have you all here. My name is Lord Harlan Volno. I am the president of this organization. Now, I typically don't have recruits just wandering into my office, but you have some potential information that I need to know. I was informed by Astrid Rin that you came in contact with Onyx Eye, and that you, Octavia Grant, are potentially related in some way to his exploits."
Oh, I mean, unfortunately, yes. The reason I'm standing in front of you right now is because of him. I like pull aside my leather to show off the black over my heart. He put a key crystal in me.
Ah, yes. A Stoneheart. We have seen a few instances of him doing that, but you seem more than relatively cognizant. You seem completely whole. This, I'm not sure if you're aware, but he has, in fact, done this to other people with varying levels of success.
I don't know if it matters. I think technically still alive when he did it. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's what killed me.
Interesting. He is a dangerous one, to be sure. Granted, he's lending his expertise to the cult of Zerl and is, as far as we can tell, upgrading their troops as we speak, which is not very good, considering he is quite brilliant. And he sort of stands up and just walks over to the giant window that overlooks the city, and he says, "How badly do you want to catch this Onyx Eye?"
Single-minded to a point of recklessness is how I would describe my desire to enact vengeance on him.
While I don't condone recklessness, single-mindedness is to be applauded, especially in a deterministic fashion. And he looks at you all. And you notice that his outfit is very similar to everyone else's. Here, he has a patch of 4 triangles, which denotes him as the leader of this organization. And at his side, there is a sword, which clearly is one of those ancient weapons. And a knock comes at the door before he can finish, and he looks over and he says, "What is it?" And in walks Kala. And she... actually, everyone give me insight if they want.
12. 24.
That'll do it from, Dashi.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Anyone who got 20 or above, you look at Kala, who is this very kind of stately and confident woman. She is afraid of this man. Not in a way like, oh, he's going to kill me, but like this guy is extremely powerful. And she sort of walks in and sort of drops some papers and stuff on his desk and says, "We got some extra details from Astrid. These are the requisition forms from the weapons as well." And he kind of looks them over. Interesting. We haven't gotten an ancient spear before. This will be new. I'm sure the scribes are going absolutely apeshit over it. Thank you, Kala. And he sort of nods to her respectfully, and she walks out. And then as soon as she's gone, he sort of slumps his shoulders a bit. Ugh. It's constantly just pomp and circumstance over here. And he kind of like reaches into his desk and takes out like what appears to be some sort of like pipe. And he lights it and he blows on it. Anyone else? Would you like It's good, I promise.
I raise my hand.
And he hands you his pipe, and he kind of just sits down on his desk. Oh, this job ages you quick. I will say that. Christ, I haven't been out of this room in long time. Long time.
You want us to sneak you out?
I wouldn't mind, honestly. That sounds excellent. I haven't been in the field in a while. Last time I took down one of the last dragons, I believe. That was certainly an adventure, but for another time. And he kind of like taps his eye, which has this wicked scar on it. And he says, as much as I'd like to single-handedly devote you all to finding Onyx Eye, I can't currently. That being because we don't know where he is. He seems to be moving around at a rate we can't keep track of. However, if and when we do get to the details of his location, you will be the first to know. As you are both skilled and determined to, shall we say, make an example of him for violating the techniques of key weaving and proving to be a general nuisance. Are we clear?
I would. Yeah.
Excellent.
Sir, you said that he's upgrading the cult of Zerl as we speak, and if he's too, sneaky to keep track of, isn't the cult a bit easier? Like, it's a whole group of people. Would that not be easier to perhaps wait for him to show up at a cult of, a sect of the cult of Zerl to upgrade them, and then we ambush him there? If we can't track him, we can track his clients, right?
He sort of sighs and says, we have been attempting to do that, but for the most part, it seems like he's adding to them at certain staging points that change quite frequently. And if he ever gets wind that he's being tracked, he typically retreats back into the north, where he is much safer, because that is where the cult technically is based. But we are getting more word that he has layers, as it were, set up around the areas north of the city. So, I think we can sort of, once we get word on one of the layers, I think we can send you all to investigate it, see what's going on there, and move forward as needed. So, that being said, you all, I believe, need to select your key card, and then you should have a break until Officer Derrigan calls upon you.
Great.
Okay.
I do need that pipe back. That's vintage.
Wait.
It's all gone.
Jeez. Wow, you,
Gosh, Dashi.
that was...
You ever, people medicate their grief in many ways, and we know our way around them sometimes.
Well, I might make you pay me back for that. That was a lot. And he kind of smirks at you as he puts it back in his desk and says,
Consider it my signing bonus, and I can't wait behind the mask, but I kind of tilt my head.
of course. Yes. So, right. Then I suppose I probably won't see you around, honestly. I'm a bit of a recluse, unfortunately, but one day, I might see you again. It's been nice talking to you. Gale, would you mind staying behind?
Does the president have a does Harlan have a bar?
Yeah,
Little-
he does have a bar.
Yeah. Drake, as I'm walking by out the door, I grab a bottle off the bar and I go, signing bonus.
He rolls his one eye, and then as you leave, he looks at Gale.
Yes, this is who I roll with. You see what I put up with.
Oh, yes, I remember the days of adventuring in a party. It had its ups and downs, I do say, my son, but one thing I should inquire, why is it you have an AI on you?
I was wondering if you'd get to that.
Yes.
And he's just going to reach into his breast pocket and place it on the table.
Interesting. He looks at it and he takes his sword and it kind of warps almost like a liquid into like a little key. And he kind of taps it a bit. And he's like,
When we were at Tolstead, I made a bit of a connection with the World Spear, and it continues to speak to me.
You are a bit more special than you realize, Gale. A weapon like this does not bond to anyone. It picks its user, shall we say. For instance, this one has been handed down from Marius Augur himself, and has simply grown accustomed to the biometrics of each preceding president. And you can see he like kind of swings it around, and it does like exactly what he wants to do. Like the blade turns from like a sword to like a boomerang back into a sword. Like it is like, this is a wicked weapon that he just kind of drops, and it like snakes its way back into its sheath on his belt, like in midair. And he says, "We can't exactly reverse program these things because that, well, takes a long time. So, what do we say? If you don't get paid for the first job you do, you can keep this. Does that sound fair?"
I accept.
Excellent. And he reaches a hand out towards you.
And I meet it.
And you feel something placed into your hand, and you look, you see it's a little business card, and he says, "That's somebody in town who works with these kinds of things outside the organization." And he winks at you a little bit.
I understand, and I appreciate.
And he sort of nods at you and says, "Now I need to get back to doing paperwork. It's good to meet you."
Gale's going to reach into his vest again and drop off one of his best Wyvern Scribe pens and says, "A signing bonus." And he walks away.
He looks a little confused, says, "I don't quite think," and then the door closes behind you. So yeah, you now have the AI, and you hear it in your mind say, "I'm glad we got that sorted."
Gale's just kind of wondering if it reads his thoughts.
Yes.
Then it knows he's nodding.
"Sometimes I can only read your surface level thoughts. I cannot access your memories, nor can I access your deeper emotions. However, in order to be more deftly melded with my host, I must, in fact, look at your surface thoughts in order to respond to them in the heat of battle."
All right, then.
And you all are kind of essentially sent back to Tor's office, and you all get in there. He's like, "All right, there's enough seats for 4 of you, so you all can sit down this time. Where was I? Right, I was the president. That's interesting for sure."
Is he your boss?
"Yes, he is everyone's boss. I have met him once in my many years here. That is, I don't think you understand how odd that is."
I think you don't understand how odd that is.
What? I work here. I've worked here for decades. What are you talking about?
It's called being special.
Okay. I don't know how to respond to that, if I'm being real straight with you. But
I also get that a lot.
I bet you do. You're a character. You are quite the character. I will say that. I've actually never met a grief cleric, so this is new territory for me.
It's gonna be fun for one of us. Wink. I say it out loud.
Do they get like hit in the head in the arena or something? Are they all right?
Oh, they're great.
I don't know. I beat Kala. What do you want?
Gil's like turned his head and he can't hide his laughter.
I'm gonna have to talk with her about that over drinks. He says, a bit impressed. He's like, "All right, transportation. If you would all follow me, please." And he leads you to the more techie side of the loft, which is the armory. And it's this very large kind of underground warehouse filled to the absolute fucking brim with weapons. All this sort of stuff, all like experimental stuff. You can hear stuff being tested. You see that there's like this ray of like pure ether energy that like just like everyone's like, you hear like a kind of a sound, and you see these blast doors kind of go down around this thing, and you hear like a really low kind of drone as this thing like annihilates like a test dummy. And you make it to the back, and you see this mechanic looking person. She is half elf. All of her arms are robotic. Every last one of them has been replaced by a prosthetic limb. And she looks up and says, "Well, we got another squad. This is great. Hello everyone. My name's Laura. Nice to meet you. So yeah, wow. What are they? This is Action Division, right, Tor? Yeah, if you could get them set up with some wheels. They won, so they can get a little extra space from the top." He's like, "Oh, we got the winners. Okay, well, this is excellent. So yeah, I will see you later, Tor." And she kind of winks at him, and he's like, "Ah." And he walks away, kind of rolling his eyes. She says, "We play poker most nights. I always win." And you see one of her little wrist pops a card open, and like she puts it back.
Oh, I was gonna ask if I could join you, but never mind. Although I might like to watch sometime.
You're gonna lose a lot of money, sweetie, but you know, it's fine. Hey folks, welcome to the armory. We're gonna get you some wheels. Has anyone here driven a key wagon before?
Oh, I may have.
Give me a luck check. Give me a d20.
Does anyone have vehicle proficiency? Because that's
vehicle
a thing
proficiency
that
would
exists.
fucking help.
I have a 9.
9? No.
But I oh wait, no, wrong character sheet. That's what I'm rolling on. Never mind.
Yeah, no. 9. None of you have driven. Anyone at all? Going once, going twice. Okay, then we're gonna need to do some driving classes for whoever wants to be the driver of this thing. Additionally, you guys get to make this thing. You guys get to pick stuff. And she kind of leads you over to the staging area. And this is the part of the show where I let you build your own car.
Cool.
So, we start, I guess we're going to kind of, everyone roll me a d20. We're going to kind of go in order of description. And that'll be kind of like a snake draft for characteristics of this vehicle you are building.
Nice. My first thought before, while we're rolling is, so typically Gale and Drake will jump into the action and Chrissy can shoot stuff from afar. So I feel like I might be a good candidate for driving, as long as it's not like, if I can use wisdom for driving.
Both
it would be...
big hands on the steering wheel.
Yeah. Because like, it's like I have some stuff, but really like I'm imagining a very Mad Max thing of Gale and Drake jumping onto other cars and Octavia blasting people, and I'm like, I don't have a lot of that, so I'd be happy to be the driver if that,
Yeah.
if that's what it is.
Sure.
It's dope.
Okay. So, what did we all get? This is technically a kind of a
10.
14.
so
1.
1. Oh no.
18.
All right. So, it is Lex, then Matt, then Mark, then Chrissy. Okay, Lex, you get to kind of design the chassis / wheel system. How many wheels do you want? What sort of chassis are we thinking? And you can describe it to me like a car, like a sedan or like a Humvee. Keep in mind that the bigger car you have, the more defensible it's going to be, but it's going to be slower.
Gotcha. Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast?
As my personal hero once said, gotta go fast.
Yes, Sonic.
Sonic.
The hero of legend.
There's an apostrophe before after the end. Sonic.
Sonic.
No. Yeah, so I think I would prioritize speed and like maneuverability at the expense of defense.
Okay.
Because we're going after, if we're going after Onyx Eye, who's slippery, we don't need a tank. We need fucking, jets or whatever.
Yeah. In that case, you have 4 wheels on this bad boy. Moving on to Matthew. You get kind of designed the layout of this vehicle. What do you kind of picture in when you picture this vehicle?
I'm thinking modular parts. So if we needed to make repairs, we can do it very easily.
Oh, okay.
And then we can further customize sections if we needed to.
Sure.
Down the line.
Yeah. Okay, so modular.
That's fun.
So like plating, it's sectional parts just can interchange. Come
I will
up.
say,
And it makes it easier, probably more affordable.
that is
repairs.
true. However, it'll be easier it'll have lower health essentially because you are operating something that is modular and has these individual pieces. So we just have a very fast car at this point.
Glass cannon.
Yeah.
We're
Say
hot.
a P. Diddy-esque speedboat, speed shrimping boat.
Yeah. Mark, what does the turret look like? This thing is like for not necessarily a gunner as much as it is for a caster to channel their magic through.
Wow. It is it's located on the back top, and it kind of has a little like cross slotty thing, so like the slot that runs from vertically, so it can slide down onto all the way on the back of the vehicle, so we can go under low clearance things. And then on the back there's a slot where it can come around to either side.
Okay, interesting.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that would be where Octavia hangs out because it will amplify the power of her Eldritch Blasts and spells. So mechanically what that is going to do is it's going to add, whenever you're in it, you're going to add 1d6 to your damage if you hit. And if you cast a spell that deals damage, for every spell level, you're going to add another d6.
Add 1d6 for every spell level. Car.
Yeah, so if you were to cast like a 7th level Disintegrate, you'd add 8d6 to the total, for a total of like 14.
Ooh.
8d6 plus 7d8 plus 30 or something like that.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah, so these turrets are very cool. However, the reason why they don't really weaponize these things as much is because, one, they're very expensive, and two, they require a lot of energy, and they're stationary. They're extremely heavy, hence why they have to be mounted on stuff. So you wouldn't be able to take this car into a cave or anything to battle a dragon or something like that. You wouldn't be able to take it too far up a mountain. But while you're on the road, you have pretty much spell dominance at that point.
No traffic for us.
No traffic. Boom.
We got Eldritch Blast.
Chrissy, what does the car look like? I'm talking color scheme. I'm talking like the hull of this thing, like the body of it. What does this thing look like?
I'm gonna say the front especially is gonna be very sleek and almost kind of, if a car could be snake-like.
Oh.
Serpentine.
And there's gonna be, I'm gonna go with my color scheme because I'm vain as fuck, and it's gonna have black with like green runic designs that show up when one of us casts magic out of it.
Okay. We are actually, because we're doing a bit of a snake draft. Chrissy, it's you again. This round, what we're going to do is you can request to add anything to your heart's content to this thing, and I will have you roll a d100 to see how much of this we get on it, essentially.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ambushed.
Wish for more wishes.
No. Saw you play the game.
Can I have something that's like, God. Oh God. There's too much power. I'm a little overwhelmed.
Do you want me to just popcorn this essentially? If you're thinking about it.
Can I have something that, like, it can have spirits that like appear and ride on it?
You want like a ghost crew?
I want a ghost crew that comes out occasionally. Like it's not one of those things where it's like super powerful. It can come out whenever the fuck I want. But like maybe like once a session or something, we can have a ghost crew that comes in to help us.
Ghost ride the whip.
Oh my god. God, this is meant to be a semi-serious podcast, but I can't not name this episode Ghost Ride the Whip.
It's episode 12. It's fine.
It would take too much of my willpower.
Ghost Ride the Whip.
Give me a D100, Chrissy.
Okay. Yes, I will do that.
Well done, Lex.
Thank you.
That's a 65.
65. Okay, so I'm gonna say.
If I guidance and Chrissy rolls a 4 and it's 69, can she get it?
No guidance for this damn thing. Absolutely not.
But it's only a 25% chance.
Roll a D4 just for my humor, but it's not gonna affect anything. If you get a 4, I'm gonna laugh.
It's a 2.
Oh, 67. That's not a funny fucking number, guys.
It's not a funny fucking.
It's not a funny fucking number. Wow. I'm gonna say once per day you can summon 1d4 spectral collective members.
Ooh.
Because this car has been repurposed from a dead team.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Wow.
As it's haunted. You have a haunted car.
Listen, she talks to spirits. It's perfect.
They are actually anchored to this vehicle by the crystal that powers it, and they are here by their own volition.
Hello, new friends.
We'll get to their fun new characters that I have to make up on the spot in a bit when I have a bit of time to simmer on it. Lex, your turn.
I would love. So this is a little selfish, but I think it might be helpful for, maybe potential NPCs as well as myself. But it would be cool to have a device or something aboard where, someone could potentially switch out their like prepared spells like on the go. And maybe it's a once a day thing for like maybe one person in the party per day can do it, and that's fine because that is like a long rest type of thing.
Oh, like a spell refresher.
Yeah, so it's like I put the way I'm seeing it for my character is like I stick my gauntlets in a big device or whatever, and then I reselect spells on the fly.
Sure.
So that if we're on the chase and I don't have the right spell prepared, and I really could use something like an emergency. Whatever guiding bolt or something, I need some range and I don't have any today, then that's something. And then NPCs could also do that too.
Yeah.
Any NPCs that prepare spells.
Yeah.
And of course, if anybody has, I know, bards learn spells, right? Bards and sorcerers learn spells. So this would be only for me really, but maybe there's something for other spellcasters in the group.
Yeah. I think roll for it. I'll tell you what we get.
Where did that go? Oh, that's on the off the box. 33.
33. So that is this does not do exactly what you want to do, but I will make it good. What this does is it's a spell recharging station. So you essentially get to roll a d4 -1, and you get that many levels of spells back. So you can put those into whatever slots you want. But the thing is, when you use this, you take damage because it kind of exchanges your soul for it a little bit. Like it takes your essence to kind of convert it into spells. So you're going to take a D10 of damage, necrotic damage, that is.
And I'm guessing. Oh wait, I technically have resistance to necrotic. Can this damage? I know there's often like
No
this
resistance.
damage cannot be reduced
Yeah.
in any way.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's fair. Just want to say it now before.
Yeah,
you know, we
Yeah. Okay. So we got the spell recharging station, a haunted car with a turret. That's very sleek and snake-like. Mark, what do we got? What are we thinking?
You know, at first, my mind immediately went to the animal, old RC toy car, where the claws pop out of the wheels that we talked about a while back. But so it could go over different types of terrain. But then I remembered that I'm a barbarian, and I want a aimable ejection seat.
The fastball special.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, give me a D100 roll.
That is a 76.
So this actually isn't an aimable ejection seat. What it is instead is it's a spectral tether. So you can launch yourself out of the car to sort of fight stuff, and as a bonus action, you can retract yourself back into the car.
Ghost
pretty
car,
cool.
ghost car, ghost car.
Slinky Barb.
Slinky Barb. So that it shoots you. I'm gonna say it shoots you a maximum of 90 feet. Well, actually, that's unrealistic. What am I talking about? Let's do 30. I think that's
Let's keep it realistic with the ghost car.
fair. 60. Let's compromise at 60 feet.
There you go.
60 feet. Retract as bonus action. Cool. And finally, Matthew.
Gale immediately hands over the schematics he's just designed of a sensory unit, which will be used for like locating things, but also includes a proximity alarm for safety. And if we need to locate something, it'll also either pick it out if it's within different degrees of range and tell us if we're going in the right way, in the right direction.
You want a nav system?
GPS.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. He's like, is this a thing?
turn left at the giant corpse of a titan.
Yes. Or 77.
Okay. Yeah, so this is a nav system. If you are actively looking at it, you get advantage on perception. Additionally, up to 60 feet, it can tell you exactly where something is. This doesn't apply to invisible creatures or anything, but it can apply to stealthed creatures. And I'm going to say it can cast Detect Magic once per day.
Ooh.
I don't want to push it.
Don't push your luck, my friend.
So this season's actually, we changed the name from Key to Vidra to Fast and Furious.
Perhaps.
Is that taken?
Vidra Road.
Is that?
That's what the real key is.
Vidra Road.
Vidra
Oh my
Road.
God.
Holy shit.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we got Mad Matt, Vidra Road,
Mad Matt.
or Mad Mark, either one, both ends.
Yeah.
This
This is a dope magic item, essentially. This is like the dopest magical item ever.
Yeah.
This is
car.
fantastic. This is really fun.
One thing is, there are some bad mechanics for this, because, you know,
Sure.
you can't have just good things. This thing obviously needs to recharge for a bit, because it's not like just infinite energy. And it's basically solar energy. It's ether energy. So you have to let it sit for a while, because if you overclock it, it's not gonna start anymore. So you can like whenever you make a drive check on a nat 1, you lose time that you are able to drive this thing. So it is available for a total of 8 hours in a day.
Okay.
That's how long you can drive with it. then again, it's a fucking fast car. You've designed this to be speedy and sleek. So in that case, I'm gonna say it can go. Probably, considering it does have a turret on it, though, I'm gonna say it tops at like, I'll be fair, like 60, 70 miles per hour.
That's fair. I think.
So it's just,
I mean, how big is Vidra?
it's big. It's a planet.
I guess it would also be helpful if we just said like, okay, this turns a day's journey into half a day's journey or something like that. If you don't want to go with exact speeds, but also you do you because you're keeping track of it.
Essentially, it has a movement speed of 600. That's kind of the deal.
Okay.
And
if it's charged by sunlight, can we put our money on it to charge it? Is there a
not
coin slot?
quite. It's not nearly powerful enough.
Right. Yeah. No. It's only a little.
It's
bit
a little. They're just little
juice.
guys. Fun thought though. But yeah, they're obviously working on systems to make this more better. But as of right now, 8 hours a day ain't bad. You do just have to let the system kind of cool off a bit because constant use of that constrain it, as demonstrated with Octavia's fucking heart. You gotta be a little careful with this stuff because it's not a perfect science. But I will also send you all some rules and a full stat block for this cart as well, because I don't have those written up right now, but I will. And then you'll be able to go on missions and shit. So yeah, what are we naming this car though? We got a name? We don't need one. This is just if we have anything off the dome.
We should name it like a monster truck. So we can't name it Dave Gravedigger, even though that would be very
Grigger.
Cool. Dave Grigger.
Let's see. Hold on.
I mean, if it has the aesthetics of like the Octavia, right? We could potentially lie to people, and be like, this is Octavia's personal tour truck or whatever. Whenever we need to.
The tour bus.
Yeah, the turret bus.
Oh.
The showstopper.
Oh, that's so good.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, you could also, the showstopper is good. Also, maybe like something like the opening act or
there you go.
The headliner. I like what Matt said. That's pretty good.
I like showstopper a lot.
Just screech up. You just like drift into a battlefield, knock out a bunch of skeletons, and then jump out of the showstopper. That sounds sick.
Yeah,
I like
is that. What
that.
we're thinking? Showstopper.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mark, you okay with that?
I like the showstopper.
Do we have anything else from the pun wizard?
No, I think showstopper is great.
Wonderful. Very cool, very cool. So you guys have finished the showstopper, and you've kind of designed all the schematics and stuff. And Laura kind of looks at you and says, "So you want the haunted car?" Nobody's picked that in years. Like, people are spooked by that kind of stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, they're nice guys, but like, it's a little unnerving.
I mean, we're all
Yeah.
a little unnerving. We'll fit right in.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess I'll tell them. They've just been kind of hanging out for a while. Kind of sad that they can't do any missions because we can't really send them out. Nobody's gonna drive the car, you know. But yeah, weird. There are only ghosts on staff, so you know. I mean, it was weird because they came back, right? Like we had taken the car in to do repairs, and then one of our mechanics got like almost scared half to death because one of the undead collision guys was like, hey, we're still here, so we pay them. Well, we don't really pay them. We pay their families.
Oh, nice.
For jobs that they do. Yeah. They help us around here sometimes, but you know, they are going to be quite excited to get back into the field because they were a part of the action branch. But,
yeah, crank up those payments because they're coming with us. They're gonna do stuff.
yeah, I mean, you might need to divide the money you get with them now a little bit, but I mean, I'm sure they don't want
That's
much because
fine.
they don't eat, they don't need to sleep, they don't breathe, they don't. They're just kind of around.
Octavia still gets paid.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
She doesn't need to.
Oh
eat,
my
sleep,
God, you're
or breathe.
undead. Wow, you're.
Yeah, hi, Octavia Grant.
Hi.
Nice to meet
Whoa,
you.
I did not gather that. I thought you just had some cool face paint on. Whoa, okay.
I mean, I do.
I'm
It's both.
wow. You're the fourth staffer who's undead that I'm aware of, at least. Congrats. You guys are the spooky crew, I guess, huh? All right, then we are gonna get right into constructing this here vehicle, and yeah, congrats on making it into the collective. Yay! And she shoots little like 2 little bursts of confetti out of her hands, because they're mechanical.
Oh, I love that. Oh hell yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do thaumaturgy to make any flames around me just sort of flare up.
Some guy's working on welding stuff. He's like, "Holy shit!"
Sorry.
But yeah, she kind of like claps for you guys. I was like, "All right, yeah." So looks like somebody's waiting for you over there. And you turn, you see Astrid, who is grinning from ear to ear, looking at you guys. Very, very proud of you guys.
You coming with us? You gonna join our crew? You gonna join Team BD?
I don't really do teams.
That's not what I've seen.
You know what? I'll think about it. But for now, she looks around. She kind of walks up, like leans in conspiratorially. It's time to fucking party, guys.
Woo!
Yeah.
Let's go.
And she kind of walks out, and she sees Team Rook, and they all kind of wander over to you guys. Mara says, "All right, we going to, get some spirits with some spirits. You know what I'm saying?"
Yeah, there we go.
She points at Octavia, and some spirits again. See, because yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're putting down. I am here for all of the spirits.
All right, well, let's get going then. As you guys walk out of the loft and are about to have, I guess, a pretty fun party, I sure hope.
It's gonna be a rager.
It's gonna be
right, Drake?
a rager.
Right, Drake? It's gonna be
Oh.
a rager.
Oh, I get it. That's good. Yeah.
Oh my God.